Once again, it is Plainfield varsity football powered by Audiosportsonline.com. I'm Jay Baker, along with Dan Wood tonight. And Dan, it is senior night, and it's kind of impressive watching seniors walk by because, first of all, these guys have been a big part of this football program for their time here at Plainfield, but also the fact that there's so much ahead of them. You kind of hope, you hear all those optimistic things, they're going to be pre-law and they're going to do this and do that, and you think, boy, I hope that you do. And it's that under that category of always be nice to your kids because they'll pick out your retirement home. You always think, these guys are the future leaders. Go out and make a whole bunch of money because I'll need to be spending my Social Security soon. So always good to see the seniors out on senior night. And as you remarked, quite a high number of seniors honored on the track right before this football game. We're just a few minutes away from start time. We're awaiting the Red Pride's entrance here. They'll be coming in between the band and the cheerleaders. We'll get this game underway as Plainfield tonight will be taking on the Artesians of Martinsville High School. And we found out that the Artesians is a reference to, is it a region in France?
It is a past region in northeastern France.
There you go. Who knew?
Presumably Artesia.
Yes, and who would have known that much culture would be present in Martinsville, which I think we tend to be a bit dismissive of at times.
Originally an ancient French settlement here in central Indiana.
Absolutely. This broadcast is brought to you by the Hendricks County Flyer, Rhodes and Kinley LLP, Copy Company Office Solutions, American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency Incorporated, Wicker Construction, Julia Burbridge of Remax Centerstone, Niagara Bottling Company, Beacon Sign Company, 3 Pints Brew Pub, Carey Digital, Jimmy John's, Dugan Chevrolet, Dugan Sports Performance, and the Coachman Restaurant and Lounge, BMO Harris, and Payroll Department. We'd like to thank all of those sponsors for being proud supporters of Red Pride Quaker varsity football. So on senior night here, they'd like to finish the season strong here tonight against the visiting Artesians. A little surprised the Artesians didn't bring up more fans. But it is a bit of a cool night here in central Indiana, and this has been really the first cool weather we've had all year. We've had great weather for most of our Audiosportsonline.com games. And tonight is certainly no exception, though tonight is a bit on the chilly side. It is a perfect night for football, so we'll be anxiously looking forward to this Red Pride game this evening against Martinsville, and we'll be bringing the team captains on the field here in just a few minutes. Undoubtedly, they will be represented well by the seniors on this squad. In fact, one of the players down there, Bobby Jensen, was out with his folks, and I think Bobby is looking forward to a career in law enforcement. His dad certainly looked like he was either in law enforcement or the military.
Certainly had the haircut.
He did. Michael Conley, the senior linebacker and tight end, is out there, along with Evan Schneider, as the captains meet at the midfield stripe to determine who's going to get this ball first. As we've mentioned before, Friday Night Lights, Central Indiana football rapidly becoming quite the sport, kind of overtaking basketball at some schools as the favorite Indiana sport. And the Quakers will be getting the ball first. They'll get the first touch here, first possession in the first half. So let's put 12 minutes on the scoreboard and get this game started. So the Quaker offensive unit will be our first look-see in this game. And the return squad out on the field, including James Mayberry. He'll be back deep, along with Tyler Kinman for the Quakers. This crowd comes to life on senior night. Plenty of parents in the stands. Great fan base out here in Plainfield, and we always get great hospitality from the Plainfield athletic staff. as we get ready to get this game underway. The kick is up, and it'll come down at about the 15-yard line to the 20, the 25. Good return. Gets out to about the 35-yard line, so a 20-yard return for James Mayberry, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Quakers at their own 35.
Now, I saw this one of the other high schools we were at. I think it's baby powder that the student section has.
Yes, it is baby powder.
A nod to LeBron James and his days.
I think so, and
Cleveland.
well, I'm sure it presents some respiratory problems. It's traditional. First play under center, the I formation, the handoff to the tailback, surges forward for about a 4-yard gain. Plainfield on their first carry. On the carry was Jacob Maple. Jacob Maple is a sophomore, 6'1", 168 pounds. It'll set up a 2nd down and 6 for the Quakers. Under center, I formation, 2 wideouts for the Quakers. The quick swing pass is complete. Room to run. Gets out to the 46-yard line. On the catch and carry is Ricardo Dubecki, and the junior will give the Quakers their first down. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 47. A 7-yard reception for Dubecki. Brady Nichols. Under center. Long snap. The handoff to the tailback. Out over the 50-yard line. Jacob Maple once again on the carry. A pickup of about 3. They'll be just inside Artesian territory. They're going to spot the ball just shy of the Artesian 49-yard line. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. As Brady Nichols brings the play in from the sideline. Jacob Maple dots the I in the I formation. 2 wideouts, branch wide right. Handoff once again to Maple. Maple with some running room. Gets down to the 45. Picks up a good 4 yards. It'll set up a 3rd down and about 2. Effective running behind that big offensive line. Give you an idea, Kyle Roy, their left tackle, he's a senior, 6'1", 275 pounds, occupies some space. Kyle's actually their right tackle. Once again, I formation on 3rd and 2 for the Quakers. The pitch to Maple. Maple gets upended. He's going to lose a couple of yards on that play, and that will set up a 4th down and long as Maple lost his footing following the pitch. So that puts the ball back at the 47-yard line. It'll be 4th and about 5. So some decisions here for the Red Pride, and it looks like they are going to stay out in their offensive set and go for it here on 4th down. So 4th down, call it 3 3/4 as Brady Nichols goes into the pistol formation with 3 wideouts. Long pass downfield with position and the catch. There are flags on the play, but a great catch by James Mayberry. Mayberry was on the streak, right-hand side of the field. He's down right around the 20-yard line, but let's see what the flags are all about. There was some contact between Mayberry and the defender. Mayberry was able to get position, did haul the ball in, and let us see what the official call is as they are bringing the ball back now, and I believe bringing in the punt squad. They may say it was offensive pass interference.
I think just there at the end you saw him put his left hand out, push off the shoulder pad a little bit.
Yeah, they are saying offensive pass interference against the Quakers, and they will march that off. And they will be punting. So the Quakers punting from about their own 25-yard line. First we thought it was a fake punt. Rolls to his right. The punt rather short, about a 16-yard punt, and the Artesians will get it 1st and 10 at about their own 47-yard line, depending on the spot here. So a tough break, an offensive pass interference, and the Quakers have to punt on their first offensive series. 8:40 left to play here in the first quarter. Quakers 0 and the visiting Martinsville Artesians 0. First touch this quarter by Martinsville. They are going to go with an empty backfield. 5 receivers. They put 1 in motion. Pass over the middle, and it is incomplete. It is Mason Cuttriff, their quarterback, big senior, 6'4", 226 pounds. He's got some size. It's impressive that a high school quarterback, 6'4", 226. There's some physicality there.
It's a big kid, man.
And the kid's got an arm because they go back to that empty backfield. So it looks like Martinsville going to at least try some wide open here early in the game. 2nd and 10, hits the slant pattern. It is complete down to the Quaker 40-yard line. Pass completion to Trey Deaton, and Deaton picks up a first down for the Artesians, and the Artesians are in Red Pride territory just inside the 40-yard line. So Cuttriff with the arm once again. He's in the shotgun with an empty backfield. This time the handoff to the receiver in motion. A gain of about 4 on that play on the carry was Zach Miranda. He's a senior. Zach is officially a fullback, and in this wide open offense of the Artesians lines up in the wide receiver mode. Now the Artesians line up 4 receivers stacked on the right-hand side, empty backfield again as Cuttriff goes back. It'll be 2nd down and about 6. Cuttriff back to pass, looks, has some time, finally tries to hit one of his receivers on the left-hand sideline. That was Matt Hoskins. Ball is out of bounds. It'll bring up 3rd down. Third and 7. And Martinsville goes ahead. No huddle here, just goes to somewhat of a hurry-up offense once again with 5 wide receivers. Empty backfield. Cuttriff back to pass. Hits his receiver over the middle. Karam's out of his hands, and it's intercepted. The Quakers turn it over. Dayton Clements, the defensive back, and Clements on the interception. And Plainfield will take over at their own 32-yard line. So Martinsville, a successful drive, but they turn it over. So the Red Pride go back on offense. Brady Nichols, the handoff. Once again, Jacob Maple on the carry. Maple has all the carries so far for the Quakers. Gets the ball out to the 40-yard line. That'll set up 2nd down and long 3. So a 7-yard gain there for Jacob Maple. Quakers almost exclusively use the I formation. Nichols is under center. Maple goes in motion. They swing it out to Maple. Maple with the complete pass, catches it. 5-yard gain. They'll be out to the 45-yard line, but that pass and catch will give the Quakers a 1st down. So they put Maple in motion, took advantage of the room created by the vacating receivers, and it is 1st and 10 for the Red Pride. Maple once again in motion. Long snap count. They hand it off to the up back. He breaks containment, and a great run of about 13 yards. On the carry was Tevin Tomlinson. Actually, on the carry was Tyler Dennison, and Dennison was the up back in the fullback position and gives them an impressive gain, another first down for the Quakers. They are in Artesian territory at the Martinsville 41-yard line. A good drive here for the Quakers. The handoff. Maple tries to find some running room. Breaks it to the outside. Gets past the secondary. Streaks up the left-hand sideline. It'll be another first down carry. About a 13-yard gain before he was forced out of bounds. Maple was forced out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. Maple kept his balance despite being hit by a couple of Artesians right at the line of scrimmage, and another effective run for Maple.
Yeah, we had that tackle just missed by 31 on the Artesians, Dallas Forler, who had a couple shoestrings.
Well, Dallas, he's going to see that in his sleep tonight because that was a definite missed tackle. As Maple, 6'1", 168 pounds, seems light, but he is a sturdy runner. A dangerous pass as Brady Nichols put it up in the air, kind of a go-get-it to Garrett Patton. Patton got decked by the defender. The crowd wanted a pass interference call. They were not to get it. Kind of an errant pass, and quite frankly, that one thrown into the secondary of the Artesians. That could have been intercepted. Incomplete pass will bring up second down. 5:39 left to play here in the first period. And Brady Nichols, I formation, two wideouts, branch wide to the right. The handoff to Maple. Maple is stacked up at the line, but Maple's still able to surge forward and get 2 or 3 yards. He'll have the ball inside the Artesian red zone. They're going to spot it at the 19. Gain of 3. It'll bring up a 3rd and 7. Third down. The end around on the fake and with some running room. First down carry. Very close to the first down. On the end around is Chris Clark. And Clark sets up first and goal for the Quakers. Nice fake handoff up the middle. Clark came around the outside. And now it is first and goal from the Quakers. They're going to put the ball right on the 5-yard line. So first and goal at the 5. And Nichols now will line up under center. Maple is the back in the I formation. Puts one of his receivers in motion. Handoff to Maple. Maple tries to find some running room, gets stacked up. Good defensive penetration there from Nolan Lavender. And Lavender was able to upend Maple. Actually, they're going to say he lost a couple of yards as the defender knifed in there and just took Maple's legs out from underneath him. So second and goal. Almost full moon, which is kind of a waste because, we need that full moon for Halloween, Dan.
That's right.
The timing is just off just a little bit. Brady Nichols. I formation, power left. They give it to Maple. Maple hits a blocker, stays on his feet, tries to bounce it outside, and maybe a loss of 1 on the play as good defensive pressure there applied by Martinsville. In on the stop was Drew Atwell and a couple of other white jerseys. And indeed, that ball goes back now to about the 8-yard line. It'll be third and goal from the 8. So we talked about the fact that the Quakers have faced a couple of tough third down situations, and this one certainly one of them as they have driven inside the Artesian red zone. The pitch to Maple. Maple tries to find some running room, cuts it inside, and Maple will be brought up short. A gain of about 4 or 5 depending on the spot, but it will be 4th and goal. You're going to put the ball down at about the 4-yard line. Let us see if they attempt to kick this or if they're going to try and go for it on fourth down. They were successful on a previous fourth down attempt, but they're going to have to hurry up and make a decision here as the play clock now is down to 7. And they are going to step up to the line quickly, and they're going to call a timeout, I think. Plainfield ended up having to call a timeout. Unfortunately, they just couldn't get in position quickly enough as the decision was made to go for it on the sideline. Thanks to our friends at the Hendricks County Flyer that have helped make tonight's video webcast possible. Please check them out online as well as watch tonight's game at flyergroup.com. Motion 360 by Hendricks Regional Health provides care for the way you are meant to move. We care for every muscle, bone, and joint in your body to get you back to the activities you love. Get more information online at mymotion360.org. You know, Dan, I know you've had some back problems. We didn't think about coming out here to Hendricks Regional Health, which is a fine organization. In fact, when I worked at the station here in Brownsburg, they were one of our main sponsors.
Well, how late do you think they're open on Friday night?
Maybe we could swing by after the game. Get a little motion action going. They'll have you back on the hula hoop in no time.
Yeah. I miss it.
I'm going to guess the thought of hula hoop right now sounds a little painful, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Fourth down. As Brady Nichols brings them up to the line, Maple is in the I formation. Tight formation for the Quakers. The quick pass tries to do the fade in the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. Tried to get the ball into Garrett Patton on the corner of the end zone fade. And Plainfield, despite driving down all the way to the 5-yard line, will end up turning it over on down. So not what the Quakers wanted on that possession. But that was a successful drive that began on their own 32-yard line. So the Quakers certainly are looking good offensively as the Artesians now will take over deep in their own territory on the 4-yard line, 1st and 10. We talked about Mason Kutriff. Hands off up the middle, a gain of only a yard or 2. A couple of big defenders in on the stop, including Grayson Goodbar, the senior, 6 foot, 220-pound defensive lineman. And brings the Artesian runner down as Kutriff now with one back in the backfield. And there was some motion. Let's see if the Red Pride was drawn off by movement, as there was some definite movement in the center of that line. Looks like it is going to be encroachment as the Quakers were drawn into the neutral zone. And that will set up now a 2nd and 5. Ball right at the 10-yard line. Kutriff in the pistol. He's got 4 wideouts. The 3-4 being employed by Plainfield here in this part of the game. 2:20 left to play here in the first period. Scoreless first half. Kutriff on the design keeper. Tries to find some running room around the left-hand side. He's going to be stacked up. In on the stop was Grayson Goodbar again. Grayson Goodbar came over from his defensive end position, but not before Kutriff on the design keeper was able to pick up a first down at the 16-yard line. So a gain of 6 and a first down for the Artesians as Kutriff now showing his ability to motor. First and 10 as we're under 2 minutes to play here in the first period. Kutriff back to pass, empty backfield, swings it out to his receiver. Out to the 25, he'll be forced out of bounds right in front of the Quaker bench, but not before he was able to pick up a first down. On the reception was Zach Miranda. And, of course, his pickup line is always, honey, would you like to hear your Miranda rights? See, it's a police theme here tonight.
Is that what his
pickup
line is?
Mason Kutriff, empty backfield for the Artesians. Puts it back into motion. Back to pass. It is complete as he steps out of bounds right at the 38-yard line. It'll be close to a first down on the catch. a number that we don't have. No, I take that back. It is John Zloty, junior receiver. And they are going to say he was about a yard shy. So it'll be 2nd and 1. They're going to spot the ball at the 39-yard line of the Artesians. A little bit of confusion here amongst the officiating crew as now the chain gang is out to measure. Now they're going to send the chain gang back. Now, you know it's some volunteers to do the chains, and they're probably thinking, I had to run all the way out here for nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for volunteering. But they are going to say it is 2nd and 1. They are close to a first down. As Kutriff goes back into the pistol formation. The handoff up the middle with some running room. And a first down carry. They're going to be inside, well, almost to the midfield stripe. Put that ball at about the 48-yard line. And a gain of 6. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Artesians. 1:09 as the clock ticks down here in the first quarter. Scoreless for both teams. Mason Kutriff back to pass. Has time. Hits a streaking receiver in and out of his hands for just a brief moment. That was a reception down at the Quaker 25-yard line. But just as quickly as he hauled that ball in, the ball caroms out of Zach Miranda's hands. And a break for the Quakers because Miranda would have hauled that in and given the Artesians a 1st and 10 down at the Quaker 25-yard line. As it is now, they'll be back to 2nd and 10. Kutriff, long snap count, looks over at the sidelines now. Looks like he is going to audible off. He has 4 wideouts and a back in the backfield. Ball snap. Kutriff drops it, picks it up off the turf, gets the ball out to Miranda. Miranda is able to get some running room up the right-hand sideline before he was finally forced out of bounds. On the force was Michael Conley, the senior linebacker, but not before Miranda was able to give the Artesians a first down. They're going to spot the ball just inside the 40-yard line of the Quakers, 1st and 10 for Martinsville. Mason Kutriff back to pass. He's got an awful lot of time. Finally, he gets flushed out of the pocket, throws it away. Was it complete? They're going to say that he was bobbling the ball as he went out of bounds, tried to get the ball off to Drew Atwell. Atwell didn't have possession as he went out of bounds, but Mason Kutriff finally did get some defensive pressure there as Clayton White was able to force him out of the pocket. That is, I thought that was going to be the final play as the refs now are indicating clock stop, but nobody is really indicating what's going on here. Now they're conferring with the coaching staff. There's about 25.8 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. This drive began for Martinsville on their own 48-yard line. They have driven down now inside the Quaker 40-yard line. They're adjusting the time on the clock. So 2nd and 10 for Kutriff and company. Kutriff back in the pocket, looks over the field. He's going to be sacked. Finally shed the block, got around him. Evan Schneider, appropriately enough, a senior on senior night, and Schneider drops Kutriff all the way back inside the Artesian side of the playing field, down to the 48. So a significant loss as Kutriff had gone way back. That's about a 13-yard sack. We're seeing 3rd and 22 now, and that really will be the final play of the first quarter. So a scoreless first quarter here in Plainfield. The visiting Artesians 0, and the Plainfield Quaker Red Pride 0. When we return, following the sack, we'll see what happens on this long third down. Established in 1882 as Harris Bank and owned by BMO Financial Group since 1984, BMO Harris Bank has grown to become one of the largest banks in the Midwest, serving personal, commercial, and affluent customers. They're located in Plainfield at 2609 East Main. For more information, give them a call at 839-3501. Rhodes and Nicely LLP are CPAs and financial advisors. In business since 1990, they handle individual and business tax and accounting work. Located at 8315 West 10th Street in Indianapolis, you can give them a call at 271-1040, 271-1040 to set up an appointment. See a CPA with 271-1040. Brilliant stuff. Because here in America, we live and breathe by the 1040 because apparently nobody in the government's working, so we, the American people, must. 3rd and 22, and thanks to the sack, this puts the Artesians in a big hole. As we see Mason Kutriff go back to the empty backfield, 5 wideouts. Kutriff looks for a receiver, finally hits a receiver over the middle. It is complete, picks up the first down. So some holes in the secondary. The stop was made by Hunter Smith, but not before Zach Miranda is able to give the Artesians. No, I take that back. It is a 4th down. I thought that was a 1st down. The ball is spotted at the 36-yard line. Kutriff stays out with the offense, so they are going to go for it now on 4th and 7. The ball is on the Plainfield 36-yard line. If I was looking at the sticks wrong, that was 3rd and 22. Now a 4th and 6. And boy, you talk about ice water in the veins. Hits a receiver over the middle, cool as a cucumber, and Dallas Forler, the senior, breathes new life into the Artesians on 4th and 6. The stop once again by Hunter Smith. But with that 5 wide receiver attack and time, Mason Kutriff now is finding some receivers, and the ball is 1st and 10 on the Quaker 21-yard line. Kutriff on the design keeper, tucks the ball, runs, picks up about 5 yards. They're going to spot the ball close to the 15-yard line. They didn't have real far to go. This drive started on their own 48, but a successful drive for Martinsville here, as they've now driven down to the Quaker 15-yard line. They're in the Quaker red zone. Kutriff, empty backfield, looks, tries to hit a receiver down the middle, and overthrew. I think that was Miranda. Hard to tell from this angle. Miranda was right on the goal line. Actually, I believe that was Dallas Forler. Tried to hit Forler right on the goal line and in and out of the hands of Forler, who was overthrown. Kutriff now, 3rd and 4. Ball on the 15-yard line. Back to pass. Has some time. Hits a receiver over the middle. It was Forler again, and Forler was able to get his hands on the ball, but the ball caroms off of his hands, and that one was dangerously in the air for a while, as the Red Pride now force a 4th down. So both teams have faced important 3rd and 4th downs, and this one, the Artesians' most successful drive of the first half, and it comes down to this. 4th down, 4 yards to go. Quaker, 15-yard line, and I believe the Quakers just stepped off sides. It's going to be encroachment against the defense here, as they were drawn off by Mason Kutriff's snap count, and this may give them a 1st down. Indeed it does. 1st down by penalty on a 4th and 4. That's a tough one. So the ball now right on the 10-yard line. It looks like they might be able to just squeeze in a 1st down without scoring, as Kutriff now goes back to the empty backfield. Puts a man in motion. He is back to throw again. Has some time. Hits his receiver close to the 5-yard line. stop on the play was by Mark Dahm. That was Nolan Lavender again. So it'll be second and about 6. They're going to spot the ball on the 6-yard line. Mason Kutroff, aggressive with the empty backfield. He's back to pass. Hits his back, who swings out of the backfield, eludes a couple of tacklers, and he is in. Zach Miranda scores the first touchdown of the game, puts the ball in for the Artesians, and Martinsville draws first blood. The swing pass to Miranda, eluded a couple of tacklers, and he is in. So with 9:44 left to play here, Martinsville could take a 7-0 lead here following the successful conversion. Kick is down. Or actually, the placement's down. The kick is up. There we go. That's what I meant to say. And the Artesians take an early 7-0 lead here, the first score of the game at 9:44 in the second period. Copyco Office Solutions is a local Xerox dealership. They sell and service copiers and printers and provide a wide variety of technology solutions, providing and supporting all of your business technology needs. Copyco is located at 2920 Fortune Circle West, Suite C. Call 241-5800 or stop by Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Avon Dental Center has provided custom-made mouthguards to the football program for the second consecutive year and are celebrating their 20th year in business. They're located at 7517 Beechwood Center Road, Suite 100 in Avon, and they can be reached at 272-8100. So the Quakers, we'll get a chance to see them on offense following the touchdown pass to Miranda. About a 5-yard pass and catch. Miranda was able to elude a couple of tacklers and found his way in the end zone for the Artesians. Tyler Kinman and James Mayberry back deep. Mayberry will get the ball on the run right at the 20-yard line. Reverses field, he's at the 25. Reverses again up to the 30, stays on his feet. Gets the ball out. 17-yard return, and the Quakers will get it 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line, is where the spot is going to be. They're going to spot the ball at the 34-yard line. So make that a 19-yard return for Hunter Smith. Or James Mayberry. .937 left to play here in the second period. Brady Nichols. Play action pass. Back to pass. Looks. An excellent stretch catch close to the first down marker. On the catch was Garrett Patton, who went up high. The junior, 5'10", stretched out to his full length, and that'll give them a 2nd down and 1, gain of 9. Ball is going to be at 43-yard line. Nice play action pass there, set that play up. Nichols, I formation, 2 wideouts. Maple with the carry. Maple will get the first down and then some more. Close to a 6-yard gain. They're going to spot the ball at about the 49-yard line for Maple, and Maple got some tough yards, gives the Quakers a first down. Make that a gain of 6 on 2nd and 1. Now we feel the temperature's starting to cool down out here as we're going to get some great football weather this evening. Brady Nichols, I formation. Long snap count. Handoff. No, make that play action. Hits the ball over the middle. And they would have liked to get some pass and catch and some yards after the carry, but it was a great reception by Garrett Patton, who gives them a first down inside the Artesian 30-yard line. They'll spot it at the 29. And it'll be 1st and 10. So Patton showing some sure-handedness there. And the Red Pride get another 3 downs as they drive down into Martinsville territory. Nichols puts Maple in motion. The handoff is to the up back, bounces it to the outside. Couldn't quite stay on his feet, but about an 8-yard gain as Tyler Dennison, the senior, bounced that one to the outside. It was a handoff up the middle. Dennison was able to find some running room, picked up a nice 9-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd and 1. Ball is right at the Martinsville 20-yard line. Well, the Artesians scored on their last possession. I formation behind Nichols. Back to pass over the middle, and the ball was knocked down. Tried to get the ball into Gabe Burkhart. A little bit of a dangerous pass as that pass was knocked down by a couple of Artesian defenders. And that will bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Quakers. Brady Nichols brings the play in from the sidelines. Tight formation. Maple goes into motion. The handoff to the up back. Similar move, and I'm not sure if he got it or not. Tyler Dennison tried that similar move where the middle just was a no-go. He tried to bounce it left, and he is going to be shy of the first down. Drop for no gain. That'll bring up 4th and 1. Tyler Dennison stays in the game. Patton and James Mayberry leave the game. So I believe they're going to go tight formation and either quarterback sneak or go right up the middle on this as Brady Nichols under center, and now a timeout is called. Quakers call a timeout. They had Jacob Maple in as well as Tyler Dennison. And they are going to confab with Brian Woodard on the sideline. This is obviously something they want to make sure everything is set. As the last 4th down, the Red Pride tried to take advantage of. They turned the ball over on downs when they were all the way inside the Martinsville 5-yard line. So the offense tonight has been fairly productive. It's just scoring the points has been the lack here tonight for the Quakers as they find themselves down by a score of 7-0 here with 6:19 left to play in the first half. Stop by and visit American Family Insurance Doug Hawk Agency Incorporated at 704 North Carr Road in Plainfield. You can reach them at 839-9445. Stop in Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 to discuss your insurance needs. Well, the Quakers would like to get a first down here to keep this drive alive. The ball is spotted just outside the Martinsville 20-yard line.
We've seen them do well with short gains on the ground so far throughout this first half. So
let's see if Maple, as they put a man in motion, and I think they're going to go ahead and throw the flag on this. An awkward move there from Drew Thomas. Thomas was in the fullback position in the I, and for whatever reason, he got up to move, but it seemed like, they're going to call him for an illegal shift, and that really changes the complexion here. As now it'll be 4th and 6, and the ball will be back at the 25-yard line. So that was a costly penalty. Unfortunately, the Quakers have had a couple of those drive-stalling penalties, and that one, I think, was just a lack of communication between the up-back and Brady Nichols, who now will be forced with a 4th and 6 He's back in the pistol formation, tries to hit a receiver over the middle, and tried to feed the ball into Garrett Patton, and Patton was blanketed there by Dallas Forler, and the turnover on down. So unfortunately, Plainfield, which began that drive at their own 34-yard line, drove down to the Martinsville red zone, only to have a penalty and now a turnover on downs. So Martinsville now will get the ball at their own 25-yard line. Costly penalties. Back to pass. It's got all kinds of time. A good hit on the receiver was Michael Conley. He'll limit the receiver to about a 5-yard gain, but once again, Mason Kutroff able to hit a receiver over the middle. That was Nolan Lavender. Oh, now they're saying no catch on the play. Initially, I thought that was going to be a 5-yard gain. It was set up 2nd and 10 on the incomplete pass. So 6 minutes even left to play here in the first half, and the Artesians lead 7-0. Their last drive began on their own 48-yard line, ended in a touchdown pass to Miranda out of the backfield. They'll adjust the clock now to 6:05. Mason Kutroff, we were talking about his physicality, 6'4", 226 pounds. He has run a couple of times. And now another player drawn into the neutral zone. And I'm not sure if this is going to go against Plainfield or not. But Plainfield's had a little bit of trouble with the Kutroff. Yep, another offsides. Drawn into the neutral zone was Justin Massey of Plainfield. And that'll give them 2nd down and 5. They're going to spot the ball at the 30. Kutroff in the pistol formation. He's got 4 wideouts. Kutroff now changes the play. Line of scrimmage. A little bit of that Peyton Manning, where it's the old double clutch. Kutroff now. The handoff to the outback. No, Kutroff keeps the ball. Kutroff on the designed keeper. We thought the handoff was up the middle. Kutroff around right end. They're going to upend him right around the 50-yard line. And an effective quarterback keeper in on the stop was Zach Richardson for Plainfield, but not before. Kutroff gave him a first down. They're going to spot the ball at the 48-yard line.
I was with you. I saw Kutroff taking off. I said, man, he sure is selling that.
It was a good sell.
He had the ball.
We were staring right at it, and I would have sworn, but I guess that's the old Penn and Teller magic show. A little misdirection there, and Kutroff gives the Artesians a 1st and 10. He's back in the pistol. Has time to throw. Swing pass out of the backfield, and even though he catches the ball, it's going to be for a loss of about 1. On the swing pass was Zach Miranda. They're actually going to lose a yard or 2 there as they did the swing pass, and he just threw it a little bit behind Miranda, and Miranda had to go to his knee to catch it, and that will be that. So 2nd and 12. 5:17, and the clock ticks. Audible at the line for Mason Kutroff. He has 4 wideouts. He's had a lot of time to pass here tonight. Once again, Kutroff on the design keeper. He'll be forced out of bounds. Forcing him out of bounds is Ricardo Dubecki. And that will bring up now a 3rd and 8, so that design keeper. Back to pass. Gets forced out of the pocket. Now he's going to run. He's on his feet. He's going to go down to the ground shy of the 1st down. So Mason Kutroff despite the fact that he may be as big as anybody on the secondary, does the NFL quarterback slide, and it will bring up a 4th and 2. They're going to spot the ball at the 44-yard line. 4:32 left to play here in the second period. So Kutrov now on a 4th and 2 with some decision-making here. He's back in the pistol formation. Kutrov now. Audibles off. 9 seconds left on the play clock. He's going to have to hurry up and get this one off. Mason Kutrov, the senior, finally gets the snap off, gets the ball off, the handoff up the middle, has some running room, bounces it to the outside, ran through a couple of defenders, Hunter Smith and Zach Richardson in on the tackle, but not before considerable yardage gained up the middle. That was Zach Miranda, and Miranda on a 4th and 2 rumbles forward for about a 26-yard gain. They're going to spot the ball at the 22. 1st and 10, 3:58 left to play in their first half. The Artesians up by 7, but they are driving.
This drive, we've seen a lot of explosive speed with the snap and the handoff.
There's a lot of razzle-dazzle on behalf of the Artesians, and I think they have frozen some of the linebackers of Plainfield. And interesting size, when you look at Miranda out there, number 28, yeah. He's 5'7", 163, next to Kutrov, 6'4", 226. And it really is quite a physical contrast, but you got to be impressed by the speed of Zach Miranda. They go back to the pistol formation, 4 wideouts for the Artesians. Back to pass, and he's had time all night. The swing pass to the right, down to the 20, and he got upended. A big defensive hit on the play. That was Chris Clark. Got the ball off to Nolan Lavender, and Clark dumps him after about a 4-yard gain. They're going to spot the ball on the 19-yard line. So ball just inside the Quaker red zone. 3:22. Pistol formation, 4 wideouts for Kutrov. Kutrov now again with the audible. Clock ticks down to within 5 seconds on the play clock. They finally get the ball. The handoff once again up the middle. And this time, no go, as he ran right into the arms of Hunter Smith. And Miranda tried to get some yardage up the middle, but a gain of only about 2. They're going to spot the ball at about the 16-yard line. So 3rd and 4 here. Kutrov in the pistol formation, up by 7 points. Tries to find a receiver over the middle. Does, and it's going to be a touchdown. Got the ball into Dallas Forler. And they're giving Mason Kutrov way too much time. Kutrov there with a 19-yard touchdown strike to Forler. And that's the second touchdown catch of the evening. Second touchdown thrown by Kutrov, and the Artesians here with 2:26 left to play in the first half could go up by a score of 14-0. Spot is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So the Artesians indeed do score 2 second quarter touchdowns here, and they are up by a score of 14-0. For more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction has engaged in building custom homes, remodeling, insurance repair, and handyman services while exceeding client expectations and delivering projects with professionalism and integrity. Wicker Construction works closely with you, the client, to understand your lifestyle and construction needs. Their services include insurance repairs and restoration, hailstorm and weather-related repairs, remodeling services, and new home construction. For more information, call Wicker Construction at 839-8353. Special thanks to the Niagara Bottling Company, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information on how they can get to work for you, please give them a call, 909-230-5000. That's 909-230-5000, extension 5912, the Niagara Bottling Company. Well, 2 minutes, 26 seconds. The Quakers could find themselves going down 2 scores heading into halftime here on senior night, as Martinsville scored on their last 2 possessions, both of those touchdown receptions. It's going to be a squib kick. Could go out of bounds, and I think it will. And I believe they'll get the ball at their own 35-yard line here. So squib kick goes out of bounds. And Dan, they always change the rule slightly on me. So the fact that they did spot the ball at the 35 means I haven't lost my noggin.
That's right.
There are subtle differences I've found. Ones that I don't always remember between high school, NCAA, and college. As you know, it's illegal to shoot somebody. That's one of the new rules this year.
Is it?
Back to pass. Quick swing pass, and it's going to be over the arms of James Mayberry. Mayberry did the swing out of the backfield. Nichols tried to hit him. It'll be 2nd and 10. The Quakers stay in the pistol formation. Hurry up here to try and catch Martinsville off guard. 2nd and 10. Has time. Back to pass and just overthrew his receiver on the left-hand side. In on the catch, or trying to catch, was Ricardo DeBecke. But DeBecke just couldn't haul that one in now, as Brady Nichols now will face a 3rd and 10. 2 incompletes to start this series. He's back to pass, steps up out of the pressure. He's on his feet. He'll go down at about the 43-yard line. He'll be about 2 yards shy of the first down. It'll bring up now a 4th and 2. They need to get to the 45-yard line. Brady Nichols stays in the no huddle, 155. Finally, is he going to go up under center? He just might. Looks like he will. They're going to try to quarterback sneak, but I believe there was movement, though the flag never came out. Fortuitous that the receiver who took off just a second early, they did not throw the flag. On the quarterback keeper, Nichols will be very, very, very close. Are they indicating first down, or are they going to measure? That was a first down. So they're going to go ahead, call the first down. The clock will stop while they're moving the chains, and I'm surprised that they're not going to be able to get this play. The one guy's indicating go ahead and play, but the chain gang's not set yet. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Long count. Delayed handoff to Maple. Maple surges forward to almost the 45-yard line. He'll be close to a first down. Might be a yard shy. About a 9-yard carry for Maple. So it'll be 2nd and 1. 1:22 left to play here in the first half. And there is a flag down. A sideline infraction, which is a first for me. Not sure what that means. Somebody said something bad about Peyton Manning, perhaps. Who knows? We'll never know.
Jim Irsay over on the sideline.
Jim Irsay's over there with his hate tweets. 2nd and 1. Back to pass. His receiver had to come back for it, couldn't get to it. That was James Mayberry, the senior. Came back for the Brady Nichols. Pass incomplete. 1:09. Quakers have driven down to the 46-yard line. Nichols back to pass, lofts it over. It's the screen to Maple. Maple stays on his feet. Maple down to the 30. All the way down to the 22-yard line. A great play. The breakout screen. They got the ball off to Maple. And that was a fortuitous play for the Quakers. It'll be 1st and 10 down very close to the 20-yard line of the Artesians. Make that to 21, 1st and 10. They stay in the hurry-up mode as Nichols will be in the pistol formation with 3 wideouts. Nichols Delayed handoff to Maple. Maple tries to get some running room, may get back to the line of scrimmage, may have gotten dropped for one, as the Artesians weren't buying it. In on the stop was their big nose guard, Dallas Forler. Nichols back to pass, has some time, over the middle, a great catch as he goes up in the air again. That was Garrett Patton. Patton holds on. He's going to be close to the first down. They're going to spot the ball inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Quakers. 29.6 seconds. The clock just starts, and now timeout called. The Artesians called a timeout as the Quakers tried to get the hurry-up going, and the Quakers are going to be 1st and goal to go on their own 10-yard line. 27.2 seconds left to play. This is an exciting ball game as the Quakers trail by 2 touchdowns. The Beacon Sign Company specializes in local high school sport and event signage needs. This is their 12th year of supporting the Red Pride football program. They are located at 9305 East U.S. Highway 36 in Avon. Call 272-2388 for all your signage needs, or stop by Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. The Three Pints Brew Pub is an excellent place for great food. They offer craft drink selections brewed on site. It features a family-friendly atmosphere and would make a great destination for your next dining experience. They're located at 5020 Cambridge Way in Plainfield. For more information about menu and drink selections, call 829-1000. That's the Three Pints Brew Pub. Well, how about this one? Quakers get the ball down at their own 35-yard line. They have driven now all the way down to the 10 with 27.2 seconds left. They trail by 2 scores. Brady Nichols in the pistol formation with 3 wideouts. Nichols back to pass, tries to hit the fade, gets it into Patton, and was it complete? Yes, it was. Garrett Patton, despite the push-off, but, Patton did have the position. Touchdown pass to Garrett Patton, and that puts Plainfield on the board here tonight for the first time. So Red Pride finally get points on the board, and they're going to try the extra point, even this, or make this a 14-7 ball game with a successful extra point. The spot and the kick, it is up, and they're saying no good. Always looks like it's good from here, doesn't it?
They all look good from here, Jay.
They always look good from the score, from the press box, but the refs are down there at the crossbar, and they know. So make that 14-6 as Martinsville is up here on senior night at Plainfield High School. Carey Digital is a full-service, state-of-the-art digital printing company. From business cards to banners, they've been a multi-year provider of senior posters at the south end of the field. Their address is 2701 Fortune Circle East in Indianapolis. Open weekdays from 7 to 7. You can call them directly at 317-227-0220 for more information. Well, the Quakers, they needed that response score, and they got it. Touchdown pass from Brady Nichols to Garrett Patton. They'll kick off and try and hold the Artesians here. Go into the locker room down 14-6. Andrew Burbridge on the kick, the squib kick. It is mishandled. Finally, an Artesian jumps on the ball at the 30-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Martinsville. So it'll be interesting to see Martinsville, who's pretty much had a wide-open approach in this game, to see what they will do here in the final 20 seconds of the first half. Mason Kutriff will bring them up to the line. Does appear that they are just in the go-to-the-locker-room formation, and I think they will just go ahead and take a knee here, and that will be the final play of the first half. So just like that, the last 2 Martinsville possessions ended in touchdown passes. They were up 14-0, but the Quakers respond here late in the first quarter. And at halftime, here at Plainfield home court, Hendricks Regional Health Field, the score is 14-6. Quakers behind the Martinsville Artesians. If you're a business owner, with or without employees, you're probably wondering about your payroll. What about taxes, child support, auditing, Social Security? It can be a bit overwhelming, but we've got the answer for you. The Payroll Department Incorporated. The Payroll Department Incorporated can help put your mind at ease where all these problems are concerned. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years. Call today at 852-2568 or stop by the Payroll Department Incorporated at 701 North Green Street in Brownsburg. We'd also like to thank our friends at Dugan Chevrolet, Dugan Sports Performance, and Jimmy John's for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Thank you for supporting Plainfield football. Well, we have another exciting half of action. The Quakers trail on senior night by a score of 14-6. We'll be back with an exciting second half of action here from the Red Pride here on AudioSportsOnline.com.
accompanied by Frank and Kelly McCurdy. Activities include marching band, pep band, concert band, and a Monty Club, and GSA. Future plans for the college and major in Martinsville and child psychology. Next up, Hannah Neal, accompanied by Kelly and Kitty Neal. Activities include color guard, Key Club, German Club, FCA, Winter Guard, Weed Impact Youth Group, Plainfield Christian Church. Future plans hope to attend two universities and major in biomedical engineering. Next up, Kyle Nursery, accompanied by Andrea Newford. Activities include band and future plans to enroll in the military. Next up, Xavier Ortiz, accompanied by Javier Ortiz and Demarius Medina. Activities include marching band and India drum line. Future plans is degree in chemical engineering. Next up, Megan Pettijohn, accompanied by Shirley and Lance Pettijohn. Activities include cheerleading, tennis, marching band, concert, Indiana Hall District Honor Band, ISSMA, DECA, National Honor Society, Student Council, United States Naval and Air Force Academy Summer Seminars, and Future Girls State. Future plans hope to attend the United States Naval Academy and major in biomedical engineering. After graduation, to serve as a support officer in the United States Navy. Next up, Sylvia Robertson, accompanied by Michelle Robertson. Activities include concert player in the marching band, big band, Tennessee, National Honor Society, Station Major, Spanish Club, pursues French at school, piano, and Humane Society volunteer. Future plans considering include a major in pediatric medicine. Next up, Joe Shepard, accompanied by Marcus Peggy Shepard. Activities include band and organ line, musical orchestra, pep band, and SCA. Plans to attend IU, University of Indianapolis, major in music education. And last but certainly not least this evening for our senior band members, Andrea Underwood, accompanied by Tim and Kristen Underwood. For activities in high school include marching band, drum major, pep band, orchestra, drum line, symphonic band, SCA, National Honor Society, solo ensemble, bells and bows band, and a youth group. Future plans to go to college, elementary education. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our senior band members and their parents. And they're going to be entertaining us here in just a few minutes with their competition program. We'll get direct your attention to the field where our guests are giving the performance momentarily. There you guys are ready.
Celebrating senior night Saturday, closing the band. Rookie.
Certainly.
I think so.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I think so. He's a great athlete, too.
And it only gets better because next week we'll be going.
I think he ended up.
You guys hit your music?
They need to be on the field. I don't know why they're not going.
Ladies, you need to go get on the field so you can start your music.
You don't know why they were just
Take it. They have
Thank you. Sorry.
He could have taken with big songs. Seen that, but see, I had to run them into the bleachers and put them in the bleachers. You can't keep kids, for some reason, the kid comes in the gym, take the cold, and then go grab yours. Like somebody said, you go get it. For some reason, all these other kids, they put the ball away, and then they pick it up and grab the players. primary runners are dribbling, picking the ball up, running, dribbling, picking the ball up, running. Yeah.
And he said 18 minutes. He was dreaming. Yeah. He was dreaming.
Well, I think they're watching it. No, 6-8. Somebody can. I mean, it was like.
Were you doing a little hunting a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
Fishing? Fishing? Fishing?
Minnesota.
What are you going for? Walleye?
Primarily bass.
Really?
Bass fishing up there is phenomenal.
I've tried from Minnesota several times. They get a lot of water. Well, the state bird's a mosquito. Oh, walleye up there, right? Muskie.
Farther north. Farther north on the west.
Okay, where'd you go?
About halfway up over on the western end. Point of reference for 130 miles from Twin City for 100 miles from Charlotte.
On 94?
You know where Alexander is?
Oh, yeah. I drive through it up there. My significant's other lives in, she lives in Bismarck. I've driven it several times. Yeah. I've actually spent the night down there.
Well, we actually stay back east, next town east of Safety, exit 123. We sing out of Silver State, where we fish the higher end valley.
Beautiful area.
Oh my God.
You still have to play, and you cannot have a letdown.
Final comment from you, if you don't mind, Jeff, need to get one of those.
Yeah, the cities, Twin Cities, halfway.
Get ready for the second half. 14-6 is Madison's out there.
Oh my goodness.
Madison's 5 hours.
I really enjoy watching Mason Cutter at quarterback. It's hard to stop, and that spread offense, that's tough for a defensive coordinator to go up. But Cutter is a very nice quarterback.
We're driving.
And
We're
he's
really
got
back to
nice
work.
compliment with Zach Grant.
We're hitting town. Actually, next town east of Safety.
I hope so, Dave.
Unload everything, travel in the boat into the truck. Put gas in the boat, and get ice on our beer. 30 minutes after we hit town, we're on the water fishing. Doesn't matter, we get out. We'll fish about 3 o'clock, but we'll get ready. We'll get chill out. Within 7 days of hard fishing. That's all we do. Okay.
let's hear it for your red pride. Marching band. This is up tomorrow, man. And the rest of the competition season. All right, man. It's time to check out those tickets. We've got $215 in the jackpot tonight.
Somebody ordered the wrong uniforms or something.
Here are your numbers. 3, 5, 3, 3, 5, 9. Winning ticket. 3, 5, 3, 3, 5, 9. Please report to the press box. Glad you win. And doing some tickets for the second prize. They don't let me handle money. Not anymore.
How come I take a little different?
It's same color, that's all counts.
Thank you very much, sir.
We got a winner in cash. Now, second prize, a $50 gift card from Bubbling Car Wash. A winning ticket for the car wash.
You do a 50-50 raffle.
3, 2, 6,
So if they call in, like $50, you give them 25, right? Then there's nobody goes down money department.
8, 2, 2. Please report to the press box.
Good luck game.
Taking a chance that they give money.
We're going to handle it.
This summer I spent my we were driving back from Martinsville, both
Mostly this one for a couple $100 cheaper than these guys. So
out there and we shop now.
we're going to Vegas.
I got an invitation to Vegas the other day.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't think I'm in the
You can have fun out there. It's just it's a little expensive.
Yeah. I feel like if I'm going to transport myself anywhere, I'm going to do it where at least there's a little bit of natural entertainment, not just a hole in a desert where the only thing to do is to spend money.
Well, if you like the balloons and stuff, here we go.
And back to Plainfield varsity football. The kickoff to the Artesians, and the returner down to the 10 probably will go all the way. And the Artesians on the very first touch of the second half return the ball 95 yards. On the carry was Trey Deaton. And the Artesians with a quick score here in the second half. Quick turn of events as someone was remarking that the marching band had stayed on the field for quite a long time, and that particular halftime show went right up here to the start of the second half. So a quick score from the Artesians, who were already up by a score of 14-6 at halftime. And they will attempt an extra point and make this a 21-point ball game.
Some might say the players tried to take the field, but the marching band
Refused to
yield.
Yes, that's pretty much the case. As soon as the marching band was up, I looked up and it's like, wow, we're playing football again. And the Artesians wasted no time here, going up by a score of 21-6. When we look at the first half of action, 10 first downs for the Martinsville Artesians, 9 for Plainfield. Martinsville rushed 11 times for 66 yards. Plainfield rushed 19 for 103 yards. 112 yards passing for Martinsville, 89 yards for Plainfield. So not a big statistical benefit there for the Artesians, but they did manage a couple of scores there in the second period that put them up 14-6 at halftime. The one telling statistic here in the first half is 0 penalties against Martinsville, 5 penalties against Plainfield. It seemed like Plainfield's penalties all came at a very bad time. They marched off 35 yards in penalties, but it also killed a couple of drives for the Red Pride. So the Quakers down here 21-6 early in the third period. They'll try to rebound here as the ball's going to be kicked off again. So a tough break for the home team on senior night. The final game of the regular season. Kick comes down about the 5-yard line. It is fielded by the Quakers. Still on his feet, almost up to the 30-yard line, was James Mayberry. So a 22-yard return, and that sets the Quakers up 1st and 10 for their first touch of the second half. They're going to say that the spot now back at the 26-yard line. So Plainfield begins on their own 26. Brady Nichols back in the pistol formation with 3 wideouts. Nichols gets the ball off to Garrett Patton. Patton right around the 30-yard line. They drop Patton immediately. A pickup of about 4 yards. They'll put the ball at the 30-yard line. 2nd and 6, ball on the 30. And Brady Nichols goes to work here. They're in a situation where really they're going to have to put the ball up and not waste much time there as the ball falls incomplete. They tried to get the pass off to Chris Clark. Clark unable to get that ball on the slant, and that'll bring up now a 3rd down. Ball on the 30-yard line. Nichols back in the pistol formation. He is back to pass, steps up in the pocket, tried to get the ball over the center of the field, tried to get it into Gabe Burkhart, threw it in the vicinity of a couple of defenders for the Artesians, and that'll bring up 4th down. So Nichols misfired on those 2 passes. A 3 and out, which is exactly what they did not want to do. The punt is high, not particularly far. It's going to come down, take a nice Plainfield roll. It'll roll all the way down to about the 33-yard line where it'll finally be touched, and the Artesians will get the ball back. So Plainfield, 3 and out and a punt following the touchdown return from Martinsville. And now Martinsville can take some time now and be a bit methodical. We were impressed with both the physicality and the hurry-up offense of Mason Kutroff. Kutroff able to stay in the shotgun and or the pistol formation and run this team offensively. And Kutroff goes back to work with an empty backfield. He's back to pass. Hits a receiver over the middle, wide open, sidesteps a defender to the 30, the 25, holds onto the ball. And that was an impressive reception as Kutroff was able to hit his receiver over the middle. Absolutely wide open was Trey Deaton. Actually, on the reception was Dallas Forler. Forler has been a presence both offensively and defensively and gives the Artesians now a 1st down inside the Quaker red zone. Ball spotted on the 18-yard line. Kutroff, the handoff. Tries to find some running room, got tripped up on the play. Stop on the play was Michael Conley. Limited the running back to about a 1 or 2 yard gain. They'll spot the ball at the 17. 2nd down and 9. And this is something we've seen here all night. A very physical Mason Kutroff back in an empty backfield. Shotgun, has plenty of time to throw. Gets the ball off to Zach Miranda. Miranda is wrapped up and stopped at the 15-yard line. And that'll bring down up a 3rd down and 6 to go. Mason Kutroff awaits the snap, calls the audible. Plainfield in the 3-3 with an extra defensive back. Finally, the snap. The quarterback keeper, Kutroff, didn't hesitate. He ran forward. He's going to be, at least from this angle, possibly a yard or two shy as he rambled up the middle. But they're going to be close. It'll be 4th down and about 1. They are going to keep the offense out there as Kutroff ran it up the middle, had some running room. 4th and 1. Kutroff with one back in the backfield. Zach Miranda goes into the pistol. 4 wideouts on 4th down. The handoff is to Miranda. Miranda goes up the middle, eludes a couple tacklers. And despite the fact that Dayton Clements was right there, Clements was drug forward by Miranda. And that will give up another 1st down. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Artesians. A quick strike on a touchdown return in the second half. And now they drive again with 8:31 left to play here in the 3rd period. Mason Kutroff now completely empty backfield with 5 wideouts. Has time, throws it on the slant, and made that one look extra easy as Dallas Forler on the slant. Little opposition there, and the Artesians score again. The one thing that Plainfield is probably having the most amount of trouble with here on this defensive side of the ball is the fact that they are just giving Mason Kutroff way too much time to throw. He can just set up back there in the pocket, and the Artesians now score their 2nd touchdown of the second half. Could go up here by a score of 28-6 with a successful extra point. Placement, kick, it is up, and it is good. So another 14 points scored here by the Artesians in the 3rd period. Now they add to their overall score of 28-6 with 8:18 left to play here in the second half. Thank you for listening. Make that the 3rd quarter. Thank you for listening to Plainfield Varsity Football. It's powered by AudioSportsOnline.com. This broadcast is brought to you by the Hendricks County Flyer, Rhodes and Kinley LLP, Copyco Office Solutions, American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency Incorporated, Wicker Construction, Julia Burbridge of Remax Centerstone, Niagara Bottling Company, Beacon Sign Company, 3 Pints Brew Pub, Cary Digital, Jimmy John's, Dugan Chevrolet, Dugan Sports Performance, and the Coachman Restaurant and Lounge, BMO Harris, and the Payroll Department. All proud sponsors tonight of Plainfield Quaker Varsity Football. And the Plainfield Red Pride here tonight, they held their own. It was a scoreless first quarter, but they've struggled a little bit here behind a wide-open offensive assault from the Martinsville Artesians, who are starting to break this game open. Martinsville began that drive on their own 33. And the kickoff will come down to about the 10-yard line. It is mishandled. He's going to have to go back and chase the ball was Mayberry. Mayberry gets it out to about the 14-yard line, but they think they're going to call either a block in the back or an illegal cutback block. They are saying that, yes, it was an illegal block. It'll be half the distance to the goal from the 14, so another tough break for Plainfield. They're going to spot the ball all the way back inside the 5-yard line. It'll be at the 4. So Plainfield starts this drive in their worst field position of the first or the second half. And they're going to have to dig themselves out of a couple different holes, not the least of which they are deep in their own territory, as Brady Nichols will go under center with the familiar I formation behind him. 2 wideouts branch wide to the left. Nichols, long snap count. The handoff to Maple. Maple tries to find some running room around left end. It's going to be little gain, maybe a gain of about a yard for Maple. We'll set up 2nd and 9. They'll spot the ball at the 5. 7:58, Quakers trail 28-6, senior night, final game of the regular season. The handoff again to Maple. Maple finds some running room up the middle. Gets the ball down to the 14-yard line, a gain of 4. And that will set up a first down. So just when I thought it might be 2nd and 1 or so, it is a first down. So a good run from Maple. And the ball will be spotted at the 19-yard line. Make that the 14-yard line for the Quakers. Quakers, I formation, 2 wideouts. Nichols, the handoff to Maple. Maple bursts through the line, beats the secondary, cuts it back. Maple along the left-hand sideline has room to run. He'll finally get pushed out of bounds inside Artesian territory, inside the 48-yard line. But a good run for Maple. Picked up 27 yards and gets the ball inside Artesian territory where it'll be 1st and 10. So they use Maple to good effect there, and now the referees are conferring. There is a flag down. I just now noticed this back close to the original line of scrimmage, and this play may be coming back. They're going to say that there was an obstruction block below the knees by one of the Martinsville Artesian players. So that ball, that penalty will be declined, and that play will stand. So a good run there by Maple and gives the Quakers a 1st and 10. 7:04, they trail 28-6. Nichols under center. The quick pass, the swing pass, and just completely threw that over the head of Ricardo DeBecke. They tried to get DeBecke with Garrett Patton blocking in front of him, but DeBecke overthrown by Brady Nichols. 2nd and 10. Red Pride here could use a score as 2 quick scores from the Artesians here in the 3rd period. Nichols, the handoff. Maple bounces it outside. Looked like he was going to elude the tackler. Picks up about 3 on the play. They're going to spot the ball at the 46-yard line. So 3rd down and 7 as Nichols brings the play in. Nichols in the pistol. He'll have 3 wideouts on 3rd down. He's back to pass, sets up the screen, gets the ball off to Maple. Maple's got some blockers in front of him. Maple bounces it out to the outside. Maple's still on his feet. They'll finally force him out of bounds, but not before he picks up the 1st down and then some. Forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, a pickup of about 18 on the play. 1st and 10 for the Quakers. So Maple has been an effective weapon here, both running and in the screen, and that screen was set up perfectly by Brady Nichols. Use the pursuit of Martinsville against them, and it'll be 1st and 10. At the Martinsville 22-yard line. Nichols in the pistol with 3 wideouts. Nichols, long snap count. The delayed handoff to Maple. Maple gets some running room, breaks away. Maple on his feet. Another 1st down run by Maple. And Maple is an elusive runner. You would say an almost slight build as you see him from a distance, but he does have some good speed. Jacob Maple, 6'1", 168 pounds. And Maple gives him a 1st and 10. They're going to spot the ball at the 11-yard line. So an effective drive here by the Quakers. They go back to the I formation with 2 wideouts. Nichols under center. Nichols, the handoff. Maple once again surges forward. I believe that was Tyler Dennison on the carry. Tyler was lined up in the I-back formation. Indeed, that was Tyler Dennison. And Dennison fights his way forward for a gain of about 3. They're going to spot the ball close to the 10-yard line. They'll say it's the 8-yard line from here. It's a little hard to spot. And, Dan, you're one of the few sports guys that like soccer, but we've always talked about they leave the soccer markings, and it's like, is there some way to block those off for the elderly eyes of some sportscasters?
Those European lines doing
It's those European lines. That's where Rooney plays down there.
Right.
2nd and 7, the handoff. Dennison, nice spin move. Dennison got met at the line of scrimmage, spins, and gets the ball down inside the 5. So Tyler Dennison, the senior. And Dennison gets the ball down to about the 3-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and about 2. They can get a 1st down here without scoring. But on 3rd and 2 at the 3-yard line, the pitch is to Maple. Maple almost didn't handle it, but Maple was able to take that ball, and on the pitch, Plainfield, from a drive that began on their own 4-yard line, 96 yards, culminating with a 4-yard touchdown from Jacob Maple. And the Red Pride are on the board here in the second half. There was a foul on the play, but it'll be marked on the kickoff against Martinsville. The Artesians, who had no penalties in the first half, have had a couple here in the second half. And the Quakers here will attempt the extra point. We had a beautiful sunshiny day here in central Indiana, and it has turned a bit on the chilly side here tonight as the kick is up, and it is good. So the Quakers here with their first score of the second half, and they trail by a score of 28-13. 4:16 left to play here. Hendricks Regional Health Field, the home of the Quaker Red Pride. Thanks to our friends at the Hendricks County Flyer that have helped make tonight's video webcast possible. Please check them out online as well as watch tonight's game at flyergroup.com. Motion 360 by Hendricks Regional Health provides care for the way you were meant to move. They care for every muscle, bone, and joint in your body to get you back to activities you love. Get more information online at mymotion360.org. This might be an interesting time for the Quakers to try an onside kick, see if they can get the ball back here. If not, a defensive stop would be something that would be nice as well, as they're going to mark off the penalty. And looks like the Quakers will actually kick from the 45-yard line of the Artesians. So this really would be a chance to try an onside kick here, as they're in a very advantageous position.
Yeah, I think you have to here. It lessens the chance of giving your opponents too great a field position against you. I don't see what else they would do here.
No, Andrew Burrich is going to line it up, and let's see what happens here. Quakers now shift at the last moment. Are they going to try the onside kick? Indeed they are. The ball's going to go 10 yards. The Artesians do pounce on the ball, but an effective play there, a little bit of a misdirection shift. And Burbridge tried his best. Good coverage down the field, but that is a tough one to field. And Martinsville now will get the ball. 1st and 10. They'll be at their own 33-yard line. Martinsville with a touchdown return to start off the second half. Also got a TD on their last possession. 28-13, 4:15 left to play here in the third period. Mason Kutroff in the pistol formation. Kutroff with the pitch and going nowhere fast. Good stop on the play was Ricardo DeBecke. Tackled Zach Miranda. Miranda took the pitch, couldn't find much running room, and they're going to limit him to about a half-yard gain as DeBecke sliced in there and knocked Miranda's legs out from underneath him. Now Kutroff will go to an empty backfield on 2nd and 10. Kutroff is back to pass, has time, and in and out of the hands of his receiver, that is Colton Tribby. And Tribby is listed as a freshman. Tribby couldn't bring the ball in, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 10, so maybe this is a break for the Quakers. So Kutroff, empty backfield once again. Back to pass. Has time, steps up and hits his receiver. Still on his feet at the 30, the 20, and he is going to score. Boy, you talk about fleet of feet. He hit Dallas Forler. Forler evaded one defender, and Forler was able to carry the ball into the end zone. Great yards after catch. Forler put about 35 yards after the catch, and Forler scores on another touchdown pass from Mason Kutroff. Kutroff has thrown 3 TD passes here tonight. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And how about 3 quick scores from Martinsville here? They've scored 21 points in the third period to put this one up 36-13. So lots of offensive output from both teams here in the second quarter. Only, unfortunately, the Quakers on the losing end of that stick outscored here 21-7 here in the third period. Kutroff, in a word, Dan, impressive here this evening.
Yes, sir.
Established in 1882 as Harris Bank and owned by BMO Financial Group since 1984. BMO Harris Bank has grown to become one of the largest banks in the Midwest, serving personal, commercial, and affluent customers. They're located in Plainfield, 2609 East Main Street. For more information, give them a call at 839-3501. Well, the Red Pride await the kickoff from the Artesians. Artesians are up 36-13 here with 3:26 left to play in the third period. This is another squib kick. Will come down about the 10-yard line. It's going to go out of bounds, and the Red Pride will commence 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line. Rhodes and Nicely LLP are CPAs and financial advisors in business since 1990. They handle individual and business and tax and accounting work. Located at 8315 West 10th Street in Indianapolis, you can give them a call at 271-1040 to set up an appointment. Quakers 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line. They trail in this one by a score of 36-13. And the Artesians here tonight have been extremely tough. 1st and 10 for the Red Pride. Nichols, back to pass, play action, has time, tries to get Garrett Patton, and Patton hauls the ball in and is forced out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So a 30-yard catch from Garrett Patton, forced out of bounds. Make that a 32-yard catch. They're going to actually spot the ball at the 33. So Brady Nichols, just when you thought, hey, Brady's down and out in this game, hits one of his favorite receivers, and they are 1st and 10 in Artesian territory. The handoff Up the middle, that is Tyler Dennison. Dennison gets the ball down to the 30, a gain of 3. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Nichols brings him up to the line with the I formation behind him. Maple is the dot in the I. Maple goes into motion. The quick pass. They swing it out to Maple. Maple grits the ball around the 30. Sidesteps a couple of defenders. And Maple is down to the 20-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. So about a 9-yard pass and catch from Nichols to Maple. And another 1st down for the Red Pride. They're going to spot the ball at the 21-yard line. I formation, 2 wideouts. And we've seen this a lot tonight. There is a lot of motion on the right-hand side of the line. It was Gabe Burkhart on the getaway, and they're going to call them for illegal procedure. I think it's been a tribute to the refs to not call it because we've seen that motion quite a bit.
Yeah.
The right-hand side of that Quaker line is getting away just a little bit early right before the snap. So that'll bring up a 1st and 15. Nichols, offset I. The handoff. Dennison bounces around the left-hand side. They've had some success running around the left-hand side. Dennison with a close to a 10-yard pickup. They'll spot the ball close to the 15-yard line. A good run there from Tyler Dennison, the senior. Yeah, and give him 10 yards. They will spot the ball right at the 15. It'll bring up a 2nd and 5. So Dennison gets him back to 5 yards and another 5. Nichols brings him up to the line. I formation. 2 wideouts. Handoff. Dennison once again, and Dennison surges forward. He'll get the 1st down. In fact, it'll be 1st and goal for the Quakers. We talked about this. Lots of offense here in the 3rd period. 21 points scored by Martinsville. Plainfield already has 7 in this period as well. 1:11 left to play here in period number 3. And if the Quakers score here, pretty impressive offensive output from both teams. Nichols, I formation, 2 wideouts. Play action pass. He rolls to his right, looks, has his receiver, holds onto the ball, and that was an excellent pass and catch. Got the ball into Garrett Patton. Garrett Patton's 2nd touchdown reception here tonight for the Quakers, and we talked about an amazing output here tonight as we have seen 34 points scored by both teams here in the 3rd period. Plainfield's 2nd score of the 2nd half, and let's see if they can make this a successful extra point, and they do. So 14 points scored by Plainfield here in the 2nd, or make that the 3rd period. And they find themselves down by a score of 36-20. But both teams facing little resistance from their respective defensive counterparts. Let's see what the Artesians do on this touch. Last 2 Artesian possessions resulted in Martinsville touchdowns. As they're making the cheerleaders do 20 push-ups. Now, on the other side, I don't know if it's hard for me to see all the way across the field. I wouldn't want to have to do 36 push-ups.
Now, see, at my high school, they just would make the girls count off. If we scored 7, they would count out.
Count it off.
It wouldn't be a cumulative.
No. And that was just to double check that the SAT scores were correct, that they could count by divisible by 7.
Yeah. Got to get that core 40 in when you can. Jim.
Absolutely. Burbridge is going to kick. It'll be a long kick. It'll go down to the 5-yard line. The Martinsville return man has it to the 25. Good special teams coverage there. He'll be stopped at the 25-yard line. In on the stop was Tristan Southwood and about 3 other Plainfield defenders. It'll be 1st and 10, 25-yard line for the Artesians. Martinsville scored the last 2 times they've had the ball, last 3 times they've had the ball. They're up 36-20 with 38.2 seconds left here in the 3rd period. Empty backfield again for Mason Kutroff. Kutroff is back to pass, has time. Threw it to the feet, though, of his intended receiver. That was Zach Miranda out of the backfield. As Kutroff was getting a bit of defensive pressure on that play, making some penetration in the backfield was Grayson Goodbar. Kutroff now goes into the pistol with Miranda. Kutroff audibles off. 9 seconds left on the play clock. He'll reposition Miranda. Takes the snap. Hands off to Miranda. Miranda slices through a very small hole, and Miranda picks up close to 8 yards there. They're going to spot the ball at about the 38-yard line, but Miranda talked about the fact that he runs low to the ground, only 5'7" and 163 pounds, but impressive speed. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2 for the Artesians. Kutroff now once again with the audible, and they're going to just let the clock tick down. So at the end of 3 complete, the score is the Martinsville Artesians 36, the Quakers of Plainfield 20. This has been an impressive offensive display from both teams. CopyCo Office Solutions is a local Xerox dealership. They sell and service copiers and printers and provide a wide variety of technology solutions, providing support for all your business technology needs. CopyCo is located at 2920 Fortune Circle West, Suite C. Call 241-5800 or stop by Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Avon Dental Center has provided custom-made mouthguards to the football program for the 2nd consecutive year, and they are currently celebrating their 20th year in business. They're located at 7517 Beechwood Center Road, Suite 100 in Avon, and they can be reached at 272-8100. Stop by and visit American Family Insurance Doug Hawk Agency at 704 North Carr Road in Plainfield. You can reach him at 839-9445. Stop in Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 to discuss your insurance needs. Well, they hand off to Miranda up the middle. And no gain on the play will bring up 4th down now for the Artesians. Artesians keep their offense on the field. This would be a nice place for Quakers to get the ball back. 4th down. 2 yards. Ball on the 33. And they're going to go ahead and do the quick punt. No one is back. A good punt. The ball's going to go out of bounds near the 20-yard line. So once again, Kutroff showing some athleticism there. The quick punt from the empty backfield formation. No one back for the Quakers. And they will be 1st and 10 from their own 19-yard line. If nothing else, that's the first punt that I'm aware of by the Artesians. Quakers have been red hot. They scored 14 points in period number 3. Let's see how they do in the 4th quarter with 11:22 left to play. The Quakers trail by a score of 36-20. Obviously, they could make this one a ball game if they could score here. I formation, the handoff. Jacob Maple Maple drags a couple of defenders with him. A gain of about 5. The ball close to the 25-yard line. Jacob Maple has been an effective weapon here. Gain of 6 for Maple. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Plainfield starts this drive on their own 19-yard line. 2nd and 4. Brady Nichols brings him up. Offset eye behind him. Puts a man in motion. The handoff. Dennison with the handoff. Tyler Dennison tries to find some running room around right end. He'll be upended about 2 yards shy of the first down. A gain of 3. It'll bring up a 3rd and about 2. They're going to spot the ball at the 27-yard line. So 3rd and 2 for the Red Pride. Brady Nichols platoons the play in. And on 3rd and 2, I formation, 2 wideouts. The quick pass. They get the ball off to Garrett Patton. Patton stays on his feet. Patton will be forced out of bounds, but not before he picks up a first down. So a bit of a gutsy call. They swing the ball out to Garrett Patton. Patton gets the first down. And the Red Pride stay in business. For just a brief second, I thought Garrett might be dropping that ball. That was a tough one. Ball spotted on the 31-yard line. Nichols under center. Play action. Rolls to his right. Has time. Overthrows the receiver. Tried to get the ball out to Ricardo DeBecke. And Ricardo just not in position for that one. Nichols was moving when he threw, so he really couldn't get his feet set. That'll bring up 3rd down, or make a 2nd down following the incomplete pass. .9:47 left to play here in this ball game as Nichols tries to bring the Quakers back. Nichols, handoff, Maple. Maple's explosive. Maple's to the 50, the 40. Maples is going to go all the way. How about that one? Deceptive running there from Jacob Maple. Sidestepped the defender. Maple takes it to the house. A 62-yard touchdown run from Jacob Maple. And we talked about a score would put the Quakers right back in the driver's seat. This extra point could put them within 9 points of the Artesians. And the Artesians were putting up some video game numbers there in the 3rd period. But the Quakers have managed to answer them. If you came to watch a bit of offensive football, you are certainly seeing it here tonight as the Red Pride now debating as to whether they should go for 2 or not. They're behind now by 10. As Nichols brings the play in, I do believe they're going to go ahead and go for 2 here.
For as many times as he's touched the ball and carried down the field, Maple is not showing any fatigue.
No, he's doing great. The pitch is to Maple. Maple's going to have room, and Maple almost effortlessly gives him that 2-point conversion. So how about Maple? As you said, a 60-yard plus touchdown carry. Maple's fresh as a flower on the sideline. Of course, part of that, Dan, we've talked about, a little bit of youth in play. Jacob Maple, he is a sophomore, and he has been the mail carrier here tonight for the Red Pride. And the Red Pride have responded here. They trail 36-28, and we have a ball game here in the 4th period, because I would have thought this game was getting out of hand early in the first half, or in the second half, from the Artesians. But Plainfield has certainly made this a very, very interesting ball game. We saw close but no cigar onside kick here. Let's see if Burbridge, their kicker, tries it again. Burbridge back to kick, and he's going to kick this one deep. It's going to come down about the 15-yard line. Artesians can't find the handle. They end up picking it up, stays on his feet, and a good return. Coy Anderson finally put a stop to it, but the Artesians are going to get the ball all the way out to their own 35-yard line. So Artesians were forced to punt last time out. They'll start at the 35. Empty backfield. We've talked about the fact that they have just been downright aggressive as Kutroff has worked out of that empty backfield here most of the evening with 5 wideouts. He is back to pass. Has some time. Hits his receiver underneath. He'll be forced out of bounds, but found Troy Deaton. And Deaton will give them a first down close to the 50-yard line, a pickup of about 16. They're going to spot the ball just inside Red Pride territory. So put the ball at the 49, 1st and 10 for Kutroff. Kutroff with 5 wideouts. He is back to pass. Dumps the ball. Dumps the ball off to Zach Miranda, but Miranda took a shot from Zach Richardson, the senior linebacker. A vicious but legal hit as Richardson welcomed Miranda to the Plainfield side of the ball, and Miranda was pretty slow to get up. You would not want to take that kind of a hit. And the incomplete pass brings up a 2nd and 10. Kutroff now back to pass. Has plenty of time, but he cannot find his receiver. The closest defender was Hunter Smith, and Smith came close to intercepting that ball. They tried to get the ball off to Colton Tribby, and Tribby having some trouble getting the handle on those Kutroff passes. That's the second one that he has dropped here tonight. That will bring up a 3rd down and 10. And here's where the Quakers need to force another punt, as they did in the last series. Kutroff, familiar, empty backfield. He's back to pass again. He's going to get flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to be sacked. Much to the delight of this Red Pride crowd. Sacked on the play, chased out of the huddle by Bryce Biddle. And Bryce Biddle, the freshman, comes in from his down lineman position. And Biddle, that was an outstanding play. Brings up a 4th down now. And a 4th down and 14. They are going to be in punt formation now.
That's exactly what they needed here.
So Kutroff is going to punt it. A nice punt that will come down at about the 20-yard line. Takes a Plainfield bounce. So Plainfield will get the ball at or about their 23 or 24-yard line. And you're right, Dan. That's exactly what they needed. They have forced now back-to-back punts from this Artesian team that was somewhat scoring seemingly at will. And now the Quakers are back in the driver's seat. And the Quakers, their last 3 possessions have resulted in 3 touchdowns. So the Quakers here have a chance, as we said, to make this a ball game. They're not going away. Quakers will start their own 24-yard line. The handoff. Maple hits the line. Maple's going to be stacked up. Not much of a gain there. Maple has been doing an outstanding job here tonight. They're going to limit his run, though, to a gain of about 3. They'll spot the ball at the 27-yard line. 8:09 left to play in this game. Quakers trail 28-36. Nichols under center. He'll have 2 wideouts, branch wide to the right. Puts a man into motion. Now the handoff. Good ball control there as Maple protects the ball with his other arm. And Maple will be out past the 31-yard line. They're going to spot the ball there just shy of the 31. So that'll bring up a third down and about 4. As Nichols brings the play in from the sideline. Offset eye behind Nichols on third down. The pitch to Maple. Maple cuts back upfield. Gets met by a couple of Artesian defenders, and Maple will only pick up about a 1-yard gain. And, boy, that's the first time we've even seen Maple get up slowly. He kind of got rocked on that play, on that tackle. We'll bring up a fourth down now. So fourth down and about 2.5 to 3 yards here. They are going to keep the offense out there. So make that officially 4th and 2 now as we're looking across the field. They've got to get the ball to the 34-yard line, and the Quakers call a timeout. So on 4th and 2, trailing 28-36. This is an exciting ball game with 6:41 left to play here at Hendricks Regional Health Field, the home of the Plainfield Quakers. For more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction is engaged in building custom homes, remodeling, insurance repair, and handyman services while exceeding client expectations in delivering projects with professionalism and integrity. Wicker Construction works closely with you, the client, to understand your lifestyle and construction needs. Their services include insurance repairs and restoration, hailstorm and weather-related repairs, remodeling services, and new home construction. For more information, call Wicker Construction at 839-8353. With Julia Burbridge and Bud Green from Remax Centerstone, you can consider it sold. As a team, Julia and Bud have over 20 years of combined commercial and residential sales experience. Their team effort has brought many large-scale commercial projects to Plainfield, and Julia is a continued leader in residential sales across the country. Call Julia today at 754-5057. This is the play of the game as Nichols brings them up. Offset eye, and then movement on the line. 4th and 2, and it's going to be a legal procedure as movement on the right-hand side of that Quaker line. And what was 4th and 2 now becomes 4th and 7 as they mark off 5. Wow. That was a tough play. We sometimes forget these are high school kids under a lot of pressure. As the Quakers here have mounted an impressive offensive performance in the second half to come back down 14-6 at halftime. Well, they're going to continue going for it. 4th and 7. They do a double shift up the line with Brady Nichols under center. Nichols pitches it to Maple. Maple tries to find some running room. Maple's going to get stacked up and not go anywhere. Maple tried. Maple's been tough all night. Maple with only a couple yards are going to turn it over on downs. And just like that, the Quakers shoot themselves in the foot. We talked about the fact that first half penalties really hurt this team, and now a second half penalty comes into play, and despite Maple's best effort, a turnover on downs, and the Martinsville Artesians will take over at the 30-yard line of the Red Pride. Off the pass, and they're saying, yes, it was a catch over the middle. Got the ball into Colby Tribby. Tribby finally got the handle on one of those Mason Kutroff passes. It'll bring up now a second down and about 4. Kutroff now calls the audible at the line. He's still in the empty backfield with 5 wideouts. Kutroff on second down and 4. Kutroff with the designed keeper takes the ball, gets stacked up, though, by the defense. So a quick read on the play and an effective defensive stop there from Justin Massey and a couple of other Quakers. It'll bring up now a third down and 2. The ball located very close to the Quaker 20-yard line. Kutroff in the shotgun. Faked the quick pass, tried to hit his receiver on the slant. The quick swing and tried to get the ball into Matt Hoskins on the slant pattern, and Hoskins unable to find the handle on that one. And that'll bring up a 4th down. The Artesians, by the way, lead 36-28, 5:21 left to play. And Kutriff goes back, empty backfield on 4th down. Kutriff now once again with the audible. Play clock down inside 10 seconds. The D being urged on by this capacity crowd. Kutriff gets chased out of the pocket. Kutriff on his feet. He'll be forced out of bounds, but not before he picked up the 1st down. Kutriff got chased out of the pocket there by Morgan Hagee. Hagee tried to bring him down, ends up forcing him out of bounds. Kutriff runs for his life, picks up a 1st down on 4th down. The ball inside now the 20-yard line of the Quakers, where it'll be 1st and 10. Kutriff hasn't changed his approach, back to the empty backfield again. Kutriff back to pass, has time. Wide open receiver, and he's going to be down all the way inside the 5-yard line. Got the ball off to Trey Deaton, and Deaton gives him a 1st and goal as Mason Kutriff back, and despite defensive pressure, calmly gets that ball off. 5:06, 1st and goal for the Artesians. It is 5:06 left to play here in the ball game. Kutriff back to pass, has some time, can't get his receiver on the slant. Good defensive coverage on the play there by Hunter Smith. And that'll bring up a 2nd down, 2nd and goal. Ball is on the 4-yard line. Initially, I did not see where the spot is, but it is on the 4. Kutriff now with Miranda. Pistol formation. The handoff is to Miranda. No, it's the quarterback keeper. The fake handoff to Miranda. Kutriff tried to run around left end and no go as the Quakers sniffed that one out. One of the players on the stop was Grayson Goodbar, who comes to the sideline. And now the Quakers force him into a 3rd and goal all the way back to the 8-yard line. So the Quakers not going gracefully here tonight, trying to get the turnover on downs here as Kutriff goes back to pass, gets chased out of the pocket, gets his receiver. It is complete inside the 5-yard line, but a quick defensive stop on the play. In on the stop was Chris Clark. Chris Clark upends Trey Deaton. Deaton gets it down to the 5. Let's see where the spot is. They're going to spot it just inside the 4-yard line. So about 3.5 yards on 4th down. 4th and goal, 3.5 yards out, 3:49. Now they are going to go ahead and go for the field goal. Martinsville can put this one out of reach with a successful field goal here. It's going to be a 20-yard attempt. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So Martinsville, with their first points of the 4th quarter, now extend their lead to a score of 39-28. 39-28, so an 11-point advantage here. The Quakers would have to get 2 quick scores with 3:34 left to play in this ball game, but we've seen a lot of offensive output. I'm starting to run out of ink over here. To give you an idea, we had 34 points, so 44 total points scored here in the second half. So the Quakers have been putting up some video game numbers, but as also have the Artesians here tonight. So the Quakers get the ball back on offense. Plainfield has a couple of men deep, and the Artesians have kicked out of bounds twice this evening. Back is James Mayberry. And also Mayberry gets the ball right around the 8-yard line. Mayberry out to the 20, stays on his feet, gets the ball out past the 30-yard line. Gets the ball out to about the 32-yard line, a 22-yard return for James Mayberry, the senior. And here we go again with Brady Nichols. And it'll be time now for Nichols to try and sling that ball around as the Quakers trail by 11, 3:28 left to play in this ball game. A pretty stiff breeze that he'll have to throw into. We've got about a 12-mile-per-hour wind that is right in the face of the Red Pride. Nichols. Quick swing pass. Gets it off to Garrett Patton. Patton out to the 35-yard line. A pickup of about 6. Nichols back in the pistol formation, has 2 wideouts. Nichols, the quick pass, tries to get the ball out to Garrett Patton, make that Ricardo DeBecke, and once again overthrew DeBecke. For whatever reason, Nichols has had a little bit of trouble connecting with passes to the right-hand side of the field. Now, that is the pass clear across the field, so I don't know if that's exactly what that is, but he struggled just a little bit with it. On 3rd down, the delayed handoff to Maple. Maple gets the ball up to the 40-yard line. They'll be about 3 yards shy. It'll bring up 4th down. 4th down, right at the 40. Actually, it'll be about 2 yards, so it's 4th and a long 2 here. Nichols, completely empty back. Well, I take that back. Nichols was in the backfield. Pistol formation, tried to squeeze the ball into Gabe Burkhart. Burkhart did all he could, but there was excellent defensive coverage, including Josh LaRue. And unfortunately, the Quakers will turn it over on downs. That takes the wind out of the sails of this senior night crowd here, as the Red Pride did all they could on that offensive series, just could not get the ball in for that first down, turn it over on downs. And now, a sight that we've seen here tonight, Mason Kutroff to finish this game off with Miranda in the backfield. Kutroff back to pass. They really have not gone away from this aggressive offense, as they hit a wide-open Dallas Forler and just off Forler's fingertips. And Forler couldn't have been more open than if you were just running that play against the practice squad. So, once again, the Quakers have had some holes in the secondary, and it's mostly because it's been a relentless pass attack from Mason Kutroff. Kutroff, pistol formation with Miranda in the backfield. He has 4 wideouts. 2nd and 10. This is not a grind-em-out football team. This is a wing it around. They're not running out the clock, as Kutroff is back to pass. Has a receiver right over the middle, and once again, Forler on the exact same play. I know it's always easy up here in the press box to say, that last play, but it was the exact same play as Forler this time hauls the ball in, and it'll give the Artesians a 1st and 10 just inside the red zone of the Quakers. And this Quakers defense reeling here tonight as they have been picked apart by Mason Kutroff, the senior. And I'm going to guess there's a couple universities looking at Kutroff. He has some incredible physicality, throws left, and runs around left end there. Ran out of receiver options. He'll go out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. They're going to maybe spot it the 17 possibly. Looks like the ball's going to be on the 17, so only a gain of 3 there, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. The clock is ticking as Kutroff now will perhaps be a little bit more methodical as he lines his receivers up. He'll go to that empty backfield, so they have stayed at least in a very aggressive stance throughout this game, as Kutroff now will try to just finish this one off. Kutroff, back to pass. He's going to go down. Sack on the play. An excellent sack. Once again, Bryce Biddle, his second sack of the evening. Biddle is listed as a freshman, so playing very well here tonight as a freshman. 5'10", 250. Obviously has a big career ahead of himself here at Plainfield. I'm going to guess he's a terror on the freshman team.
Yeah.
Hey, Bryce, why don't you get in there, because he has been impressive tonight on the defensive line. Mason Kutroff, third down and long. It's 3rd and 18. The clock within the 1 minute mark. They hand off to Miranda, and maybe now just finally they're going to go into grind them down mode, though Plainfield did call a timeout. So the Quakers call a timeout. They'll confab here on the sidelines. They've left the first unit in. It'll be 4th down and about 48.5 seconds. So not a lot of time left in this game. We are talking about an extraordinary set of events would have to come out of this one for the Quakers to pull this one out. But they are not going to go down without a fight. 4th down. And a nice long 3, it looks like. They've spotted the ball on the 23-yard line of the Quakers. Can't help but be impressed by both quarterbacks here tonight, as there's been an impressive amount of offensive output. 39-28, the visiting Martinsville Artesians are up over the Quakers. And here we go, 4th and 3. I'm impressed / amazed that apparently Martinsville has no other formations other than Kutroff in the backfield all by himself. He has gone empty backfield for about 90% of this game. He has backed the pass inexplicably on 4th down. He's going to get chased out of the pocket, finally throws the ball. Did he throw it away? Tried to hit a receiver in the corner of the end zone, too far to even see the number. But Kutroff, it's just absolutely amazing. They are still passing the ball here at 4th down. Turnover on downs may just be a foregone conclusion, but the Quakers did call a timeout to be in position. I think they have called at least a couple of their offensive plays here, as undoubtedly Brady Nichols will at least attempt to get the ball here in the end zone with 40 seconds left to play. The Quakers do trail, though, 39-28. Nichols, the pitch. The pitch is off to Tyler Dennison. Dennison gets the ball to about the 28-yard line. And no hurry for the Quakers here, though they will go up here to the line of scrimmage and at least snap off another play. I formation for the Quakers. And the handoff once again, Dennison. And Dennison, first down. And that should, once they restart the chains here, there is a chance that will be the final play here of the game. Quakers here on senior night, not what they wanted, but an impressive offensive performance from both teams, and that will be the end of the game. So at the end of 4 complete quarters, the Quakers go down to the visiting Martinsville Artesians by a score of 39-28. Impressive game. Glad that you could join us here tonight. On behalf of Dan Wood, I'm Jay Baker, and thank you for listening to Plainfield Varsity Football, powered by AudioSportsOnline.com. This broadcast is brought to you by the Hendricks County Flyer, Rhodes and Kinley LLP, Copyco Office Solutions, American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency Incorporated, Wicker Construction, Julia Berberich of Remax Centerstone, Niagara Bottling Company, Beacon Sign Company, 3 Pints Brew Pub, Carey Digital, Jimmy John's, Dugan Chevrolet, Dugan Sports Performance, and the Coachman Restaurant and Lounge. For everybody from the AudioSportsOnline.com family, have a very pleasant good evening.